Hey everyone, Superman here. I'm coming to you with this video because this was a requested video that I have actually gotten from one of my subscribers, and he wanted to ask me, or he asked me to try to do this video. Now, sorry if you hear me doing that a lot. I'm starting to feel kind of congested. My throat's bothering me or whatever. But I wanted to try to come to you with this video, and this video is going to be a video that I feel like is kind of um difficult, but not too difficult where it's like I can definitely explain how to get it and everything like that. But I feel like the locations wise and stuff like that, it'll be more of like a hard depiction because I would actually have to go into where they're at and stuff like that. But I'm going to try to sum it up briefly for you and put it into a summary. But basically, what the video is today is how to get Superman based titles um, in game. So, like for example, as you see, I have the Prime title on this style specifically. Um, and I have the Prime title on this style specifically because this is the NPC, aka the Rebirth Superman style that I like to wear. And with Rebirth and the NPC Superman, they are from Earth Zero or Prime Earth, as some of you may know it as. So, with my league name being Earth Zero, which is the Earth I'm from, um, I have the prime title to match that to finish it off being Prime Earth Zero. You know what I mean? So stuff like that. And like for another example, oh wait, not this one. Sorry. Let me actually go grab my other one. Like I'm pretty sure for my classic style, I have New Earth or of New Earth to put it simply, because from what I remember, um, DCUO specified that the classic old version of the NPC Superman was from New Earth or his New Earth look. So we just switch here. So yeah, so this style is based off New Earth Superman, which is also technically in a sense Earth Zero if you think about it in New 52, or if you want to think about post-crisis Superman, he is also New Earth. So that's why I have the New Earth or of New Earth title on this style, and then I have Prime on the other. Um, and again, I do have other styles that have specific titles on them. Like obviously, if I were to grab my Golden Age style, I have of the Golden Age on it and stuff like that. You know, just styles that basically represent or match my style or that I am depicting at the moment. So I'm going to kind of show you which ones you can get, or more or less, I'm going to make it simple and easier for myself, but which ones that I can remember and tell you um, how and what to get. So I'm going to start off with an easy one. Now, the easy one that you can get, or a few easy ones that you can get um, for your Superman based tune, would be of Metropolis and Champion of Earth. So I'll show you what the titles look like. I have both of them. Now, of Metropolis is easy. Um, the way you get of Metropolis, um, you go to all the booster gold. Um, what's it called? Here, I'll actually make it easier for myself so I don't have to struggle to explain. But if you were to go to Classic Game and go to Exploration, and you go down until you see the Metropolis Boost Tour. So basically, it states complete all of the I left it there. Complete all of the classic Booster Gold City travel missions in Metropolis, and it'll basically list where all of them are. So if you want of Metropolis title, this is how you get it. It's all in the open world Metropolis, so it's all around where I am currently residing. Um, so all you have to do is come here, and it'll basically guide you, or more or less if you're flying around and you kind of see like a white arrow on your map. So, like for example, if you were to look at my map and I go to the Superman statue because Superman statue actually has one of them there. Um, if you go to Superman statue, as you see a white arrow on the map, and you'll see this. So, this console, if you see it anywhere around the open world Metropolis and exploring Metropolis, just interact with it because you will get the Metropolis title from there. Now, if you are looking for Champion of Earth, the Champion of Earth title basically is a title that you get when you complete the game getting to level 30 and as the Superman mentor. So if you are the Superman mentor and you complete the game, you will get Champion of Earth. The Champion of Earth titles, and I know the Knight for Justice title and the Warrior of Truth title, those three titles are basically specified from your mentor. So if your mentor is Superman, you're going to get Champion of Earth when you hit level 30. If you have Batman as your mentor, you will get Knight for Justice. And if you have Wonder Woman, you will get Warrior of Truth. So those are another one. Champion of Earth is another title that you can get pretty easily. Um, what was another title that I've actually gotten pretty easily? I don't remember. It was Superman based. Superman's Pal was one. Here's another booster gold thing as well. So just to kind of throw it out there, I looked at my map and saw it. So yeah, again with the booster gold consoles, just go around Metropolis and see them and check your map. Make sure you miss no white arrows or white circles, whatever the case may be, depending on how close you are. But like this person here, he's answering it now. So the more of those you see around the map, the more you want to answer them. Um, but basically, the other easy one was Superman's pal, and if you are a villain, Superman's worst enemy. Because that title itself, you would have to go to do Metropolis for. And when you go to Doom Metropolis, you get the Superman Rubble and the Superman statue replica. And when you buy those two items, and I think it's the Daily Planet Globe as well. Um, so when you get the Daily Planet Globe, Superman Rubble, and the Superman statue replica, you will get the title. If I'm correct, let me just double check myself real quick. 'Cause I don't want to, put out false information and everything like that. Yeah, so Superman's Pal, Daily Planet Globe replica, and Superman statue. Okay, so there's that. But collecting the Superman Rubble is also a fee if you collect that as well. So if you going for feet or if you're going for a feet, there you go. But for the Superman's Pal title, you would want the Daily Planet Globe replica and the Superman statue replica, which is basically in the vendor at Doom Metropolis. So if you were to go to Doom Metropolis, look at the vendor, they'll be there. I will go to show you real quick so you can kind of see. But this just was a requested title video, or more or less a requested video that one of my subscribers asked me about.
Hello
But
there.
when you go into
I'm
here,
class number
just buy the Daily Planet Globe
3,
replica,
student
Superman statue replica,
616.
both 50 source marks each. So if you get 100 source marks or have 100 or more source marks, there you go. You can buy both and then get Superman's pal very easily. So if you want to be a friend of mine or a pal, like Jimmy Olsen, that's basically where that title resides from or who it came from. So if you want to be a pal, there you go. That's how. Um, for Prime, if you want to be another Prime Earth Superman or whatever the case may be, like if you want to be from Prime Earth, like I am, um, you basically have to do a few things for Prime. If you go to feats, or more or less, I'll make it easy to kind of show you. If you go to deeds and then go to feats and go to the story arc section, and when you're scrolling down the story arc section, you will go to Battle for Earth, which is which one was it? There it is. Episode 3 or story arc number 3. And when you go to this, you'll scroll down, and the feat is called Uncover the Truth. And these are basically all the areas you have to go to um, for the feat. Now, if I remember correctly from getting it myself, conversion, the South Gotham scraps, conversion, and court orders were actually all in Gotham as a collection. So this title is a very tedious title to kind of just throw it out there. Like most of the titles that are Superman based are very tedious. So I'm kind of just throwing out the easier ones or ones that I feel like you can work towards and get a jump start on. But Prime is definitely one of them that is pretty tedious when it comes to trying to get it, especially for collection grinding. Um, but the first three, or not the first three, the last three conversions, South Gotham Scraps and Court Orders, are in Gotham open world as collections. And to kind of just throw it out there for some of these titles, or for grinding out titles that have investigations, briefings, and collections attached to them, to make it easier for yourself, I would say if you have it, go for the Batman ally, because he has a support ability called World's Greatest that reveals investigations, briefings, and collections nodes on your mini map and increases their collection speed by 80% or 100% when you have him maxed out. And if you have a radar enhancer, that also helps, but that runs out after a while, and Batman Ally is unlimited. So, whatever you are capable of using or whatever you have access to, I would say go with that for the collecting of certain titles that have those things attached. But if anything, I use Batman kind of for that reason when it goes for collecting investigations, briefings, and collections, whatever the case may be. And I kind of also use him as like an iconic kind of thing. But so if you do, and to kind of give you an example on what I mean with like how he is when it comes to having him as an ally, let's go to Metropolis real quick. And I'm sorry if I'm getting sidetracked on the title based thing, but I promise you it's still involved when it comes to titles. It's just lots of people um will have questions that I'm thinking about as I'm talking. So it's just like I'm thinking about questions that people will have, and I'm just kind of throwing out answers and giving all the information that I can. So as you can see, if you were looking at the mini map, you can see a question mark glowing on the map. That's basically the Batman ally in the works. So if I'm flying around Metropolis, and or even if you're flying around Metropolis or Gotham or wherever you're at, you can even be in a mission while you have him equipped. Or if you don't have him equipped, and then at the end of the raid mission or wherever mission you're going into, and equipped him, you will see like a lot of icons pop up on the mini map when it comes to having him on. So I'm not in an area that has a lot of collection pieces at the moment, so you won't be able to see it on my mini map. There's another question mark, and there's another question mark. There's three right there. So when you're looking at the mini map with the Batman ally on and radar enhancers, you will see a lot of question marks. You will see a lot of like keys or magnifying glasses around wherever you're at when you have him activated or a radar enhancer activated. So that's how you would go for most of these titles. Do I wish there was one for these exobyte materials? Or yeah, if I wish there was something for the exobyte materials, or he gets an upgrade to have the exo materials be easier to find as well, the same way. But there's that. Now another title to kind of hop back on track real quick. Um, I would say what's another title that I utilize that I feel like is easy because I know I definitely have it. Let me give it a look here. Um, I would say Earth 3. Okay, that one's pretty simple. Um, if you want the Earth 3 title, that's basically it. That kind of speaks for itself. Um, if you go to feats, story arcs, and then scroll down to episode 30 or story arc 30, go to Earth 3, and then it is called the Earth 3. I don't want to mispronounce that, but as you can see, basically getting this title, it's completing the Memory of Earth 3 collection. So if you want to be an Ultraman and you need the Earth 3 title, that's how you get it. Same for if you were an Owlman, Superwoman, Power Ring, Johnny Quick, whatever the case may be. If you're someone from Earth 3, or you want to be Earth 3 for your own lore, like if you're not an iconic person and you're an OC person or like your own kind of created character, um, and you want to be from Earth 3, that's how you'll get that title. The Fallen was another one that I kind of found pretty interesting, but I can't depict or remember what episode it was. But I will say, if you're looking for specific titles, definitely just go to story arcs and siphon through all the episodes, and it will show you what you look for when it comes to being titles. If you look for the feat, like for example, I'll be back is one, right? So let's say I wanted this one. There is a yellow banner that's on there. So as you can see, there is a yellow banner. Look for that yellow banner when it comes to trying to search for titles, because every feat that has a yellow banner on it will grant you a title. Like if you want to be Injustice Superman, you can do the Unjust as another title actually, from Earth 3 that you can kind of work with for Superman for Injustice Superman version. Um, the Ultra is another title, but I wouldn't say it's a Superman based one, but there is another one here. Let me just see where it is right here. So for the Ultra Kryptonian Cape, as you can see, the yellow banner is there on the feet. It gives you Ultra Kryptonian, which is another Ultraman based feat. So all you have to do for this one is get the Ultra Kryptonian Cape style, which I will say some styles do give titles. Um, and that is another thing you would want to look out for. Um, I would say, what's another title? Okay, I got you. All right, I'm getting it now. I'm getting like a refresh of memory. So another title is death metal. So like if you want to be death metal Superman, or another Superman that is very underrated, Last Son, aka Kill All Superman. He is another Superman that's in the death metal series. Doesn't last long, but he is in it. Um, you go to Dark Knights, and it's if I remember correctly for this title, it is an open world boss feat, and it's a tedious one because you have to complete other feats wrapped around it. So with let me see, which one was it? What feat was it? What feat was it? I can't remember the name of the feat. That's the hardest part about it. You know what? As I actually clicked on this one, this is another title. Apocalyptian is a good title for Superman because at one point he did, or I would say two iterations of Superman, he was from or on Apocalypse. Like there was an iteration to where he was General of Apocalypse in the Superman animated series. He ended up being a slave to the dark side, and then I know on Earth 2, Val Zod instance of Earth 2, he was also an Apocalyptian Superman, um, ruled by Darkseid. Um, so if you like uh, Apocalyptian Superman in any one of those iterations, you do have that option as well, um, for titles for that. Now, I can't seem to find the no, this one. There it is. Got it. So the title for death metal is called Bats in the Bill Free. Now, this one you have to complete other feats for in the same section. And this one's basically a ball spam feat to where you have to defeat every villain or every other part, or more or less every other side boss that's there with Barbatos, to get that feat. So, excuse me. That's basically how you get this feat when it comes to being death metal. So if you want to be Last Son, aka Kill All, or Death Metal Superman himself, that's how you get that title. Now, of the Golden Age is another title that you can obviously work, because obviously I use it for my Golden Age Superman. That's actually from the seasonal, um, the Attack of the Anti Monitor seasonal event, which is basically the anniversary event. Um, you want to basically complete the anniversary antiques collection, which is in that area. So every year when you see the Anti Monitor event come out, and you want to try to get the title, that's how. Um, and there's just a lot of titles when it comes to trying to be a Superman, or more or less that you can utilize for Superman. Sorry. Um, and I honestly would say it's a journey in itself when it comes to getting titles, because trust me, it definitely takes a while to get these titles, and it is very hard to get the titles. But if anything, I will leave a link in the description or in the comment section as a pinned comment to the link that I utilize to find titles. Like, I would say there are a few titles from survival mode itself that you can't actually get anymore unless they decide to bring survival mode back. But old seasons, like I want a few titles like the 2016, the 2015, or 2015, 2016, 2017 Fortress Battler and Survivor titles. Like I seen a few people with all those titles, and I'm like, man, I wish I was around that time, or more or less, I wish I knew more about the game around that time. But then in survival mode for, I think it was either season one or two, um, you managed to get the title of Krypton, or what was the other one? The Alien was another one. Like I want those two. Even though I'm a Kryptonian, I would still prefer the Alien, um, because we don't have a Kryptonian title, you know. So the Alien is a close second, and of Krypton would just be perfect. But sadly, those are survival mode titles, and you can no longer get those ones unless they decide to bring survival mode back with all the other past seasons. So we have that opportunity and chance, which I wish they would do. But yeah. With that being said, those are a few of the titles that you can gather as a Superman. If you are making a Superman tune, whether you're an OC Kryptonian, or more or less like if you're your own iteration of a Kryptonian or a Superman like I am, whatever the case may be, those are a few titles that you can gather when it comes to being a Superman or a Kryptonian. And I hope this video helps. This was a little bit of a, obviously, of a kind of sort of a difficult video to try to do, um, because there's a lot of different ways to, there's a lot of different ways to get titles. Sorry, I might cut out for a second, but there's a lot of different ways to get them, and there's a lot of different depictions on how and like where you have to go and stuff like that. So like a lot of the titles, like the Prime title, for example, the one I utilized, I didn't get this title um, for a while, so it took me a little bit to get this title. So there will be times to where it will take a little bit, but I definitely will leave a link in the description to a website that actually tells you the majority or all of the titles in game, um, that you can get in for your character, no matter what the case may be. So even if you're not a Kryptonian, or a Superman based tune, you still, I'll definitely leave the link for you as well. And as another title that I just remembered before I go, there is a title called Of the Red Sun. So if you like Red Sun Superman, um, that one you can get in one of the most recent episodes, Brainiac Returns. Um, you would have to go into the command ship raid and defeat Brainiac controlled Lex Luthor and Superman, but you cannot use the Red Sun generator in there. So, or more or less the Red Sun drone in there. So if you get a group of 8 people and you manage to get someone to hit the Red Sun drone, you lost the feat. But if you get a group of 8 people and you say, hey, can you not touch the Red Sun drone, you'll be able to get the feat from there, especially if they listen or if it's your friends, whatever the case may be. But that's pretty much it for this episode, or not this episode, sorry, this video. And I honestly hope it helps. And again, I will leave the link in the description for all of the titles in the game that you can gather. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope this helped out a lot. And sorry for anything that sounds off, or if I mess up a lot, or whatever the case may be. Um, kind of feel like I'm getting sick, or whatever the case may be. So I feel like I'm getting sick. So I'm starting to feel congested and everything. So It's a lot, but I definitely just hope this helps and gets out to a lot of people that need it. Because I'm here to bring hope to the game and help people. That's all. And yeah, I'll see everyone around. Goodbye, everyone, and much love to you all.